This is not a sponsored video by RoyalEnfield. I am just making this video because of the amount of DMs, the amount of comments that I've got on my YouTube shorts, on my Instagram, and so many people who have actually directly texted me saying that be careful, the chassis is breaking. If you have a Himalayan, ride carefully. Of course, thank you so much for your concern. However, there is nothing to be worried about because the chances of it happening on all the motorcycles is remote. There are a lot of factors involved in getting the chassis broken. Where were you riding? What were the riding conditions? What speed were you riding on? And did you have any aftermarket crash guards installed on it? So since I have nothing installed on this bike yet, I'm still hoping to convert YouTube into a direct source of sponsoring my accessories for the motorcycle and for the trips that I will take in the future. Thank you so much for all those people who commented. But yeah, let's get on with it. So today's video is going to be on the basis of that. So let's address why this is happening and how you can prevent it. So a couple of weeks ago, we got the news that the chassis of the Himalayan is breaking. And a lot of people are showing their concerns that this is now going to happen on all of its motorcycles, given that this issue was quite common in the previous generation Himalayan. A handful of motorcycles did break. That is a fact. There are a lot of videos on YouTube on that. With this motorcycle, so far there have only been 2 such incidents that have been reported that have the chassis broken. And to all those people who are concerned that this issue is going to be a regular occurrence on this motorcycle, you have to look at the statistical standpoint. RoyalEnfield has been in the market for quite some time, and since last year November, that these motorcycles were launched, I think about 20,000 of these motorcycles have been sold, and so far out of those 20,000-ish motorcycles, 2 of those have had this issue of the chassis breaking. That is the issue. A lot of people who would buy this motorcycle, it is not that expensive, but it is not that cheap also. This variant, this costed me, the ex-showroom price was 2.79 lakh rupees. And if you add the insurance, if you add the RTO, the road tax and all that, adds up to about 3 lakh and 20,000-ish. So when you pay that much amount, and then you want, naturally, the number one thing that everybody goes forward is safety. And more often than not, when one looks at the RoyalEnfield catalog for the accessories, the engine guard itself costs about 10,000 rupees. And most people will not be comfortable paying that amount. And naturally, they gravitate towards a cheaper option. However, when you research what you want for your motorcycle, find a cheaper alternative. It is marketed as it is quite strong. Now, they're not wrong technically, but what happens is, if you install something on the bike that is stronger than the chassis itself, in the unfortunate incident of an accident, the impact is transferred from the leg guard to the chassis, and that in turn is the cause of the chassis breaking. RoyalEnfield or big motorcycle manufacturing companies have a lot of data with them. They have tested the equipments, the accessories in numerous real-world scenarios. So that is always going to be the safest option for you to install a crash guard. So in the event of an unfortunate incident, it would be the best and the most sufficient way to absorb the said impact, not transfer it to the chassis. And even on my Interceptor, if you must have seen, I have the crash guards installed from RoyalEnfield itself. However, on that motorcycle, I have not installed one single product that compromises the safety of that motorcycle. Meaning, yes, there are a lot of aftermarket products, but they are only to enhance the aesthetic appeal of the motorcycle and not to compromise the safety of the motorcycle. I've just installed indicators, bar and mirrors, the seat, and all the other mods that I've done are merely to enhance the aesthetic appeal of the motorcycle. I'm going to do the same thing with this motorcycle. However, I too fall into the category of people who have not installed a crash guard on it yet. I will most definitely go for a Royal Enfield product itself. What happened in those two cases, those two specific cases, they have a different kind of a crash guard installed. Reputed companies like Hitchcock motorcycles and all, they have a very good amount of data with them, and whatever product they engineer, you can trust them completely that it will be a safety and a tested product. We Indians are always on the lookout for extreme value for money for whatever product that we buy. There are two different crash guards for this. One is a specific leg guard for this motorcycle, and the other one comes in with a bash plate. Us mere mortals depend on the advice that highly reputed content creators like Abhinav Bhatt or MotoZoomer or Big Bear Bangalore or Motoring, whatever advice and suggestions they give, they are paramount because they have done their research and they would not recommend you any bad product. Like MotoZoomer said, I will directly take a quote from him that don't convert your bike into a bird cage. See that the crash guard, whatever crash guard that you're going for, is tested in the real world scenarios, and also it mounts on the exact same position as the OEM ones do, because in this specific motorcycle, the engine is a part of the chassis. Also, Royal Enfield has specially designed the connecting bolts. These specialized bolts are designed to retain the correct torque specifications over a long-term period. The connection between the chassis and the engine along with these bolts also uses a specifically designed spacer that helps in retaining the torque setting and correctly spreading the load from the bolt. So go with a product that is from a reputed brand and also that has a couple of reviews of it already. The idea of testing out the new products is quite exciting, but not at the cost of your safety. I'll leave that to the professionals. So if you have not installed anything like me, it is okay. Go with whatever Royal Enfield is giving you. It is quite good and it is tested thoroughly. There is nothing to be worried about. So yes, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you really like this video, consider giving it a like. And if you have something to add to this video, definitely comment on this. I read all my comments and I respond to all my comments. Thank you so much for watching this. Once again, this is Shrey.